Hey guys, Waddler-D here. We're back for more Path of Radiance, and this is actually post-commentary, because my stupid ass forgot to turn on the front mic setting when I was going through virtual dub and everything. So, you might be able to hear the actual commentary, but try not to focus on that, because we are now going to Chapter 16, The Atonement, where we get introduced to a couple things, a couple characters of importance. For one thing, we are introduced to Radiance, this awesome young lad, and this creepy old man to the left would be Oliver. First off, Radiance is in complete shock that he is in this room with this mustached man, and we are soon going to get a nice glimpse of how crazy Oliver can be. For one thing, Oliver likes to do this thing called fawning over something for the next 5 minutes. In fact, he is just going to know every little detail on Radiance's body, and holy crap, does he go in scary, creepy detail. And Radiance's like, what the fuck is this? And I got sold to you? And Oliver's like, yes, I'm so wonderfully giddy about it. So, yes, Oliver is just gonna be asking for this next thing coming up, honestly. Come on, there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Radiance. Just teach that guy a lesson. But nevertheless, Oliver got bitch slapped across the room, and his nose apparently was the target. Good job, Radiance. Way to aim for that frickin' cranium of his. But the soldiers wanted to retaliate, but Oliver's like, no, you must not touch my feathered prize. So yes, Oliver seems to have this thing called, I don't know, I mean, I've seen this kind of thing where people are just crazy obsessive over something. Usually it's for money, sometimes it's for other things, like power. In this case, Oliver is just crazy over herons and keeping them under his wing. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do exactly with Radiance under his wing, but I guess maybe Radiance might have a lot of power. I just don't know, but he's pretty much gonna keep this guy in captivity, isn't he? And he's apparently talking about how delicious this all is. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that. But nevertheless, Oliver does show that he cares about herons, but he cares about them in a very unhealthy sense. And I'm pretty sure I don't know if Radiance is just fuming over there, or he's just like in absolute shock of what just happened, and how he's just pretty much been sold to this creepy old man as a slave, more or less. Oh God. I'd rather say Bignon has some really fucked up people. And of course, Nasalia, you wretch, curse your eyes. Why are you cursing his eyes? How dare you do this to me? So Radiance just has pretty much been put into the life of slavery by this creepy old man. But nevertheless, enough about that, and more about Ike's situation. Because he has now returned to the cathedral with Tormod in tow. And he's like, yeah, I brought him. Where's my money? Where's my money, said Ike. So Sanaki's like, yes, I'll see that you get your reward. And Ike's like, what about my entourage? Where's your usual entourage? I don't see anybody here. And something about rabble. So maybe you could have had Ike take care of that too while you're at it. Maybe get some more experience, some more gold. Yeah. But nevertheless, Sanaki is surprised that Tormod is the leader of the thieves, is not so much a man, but a young boy. And of course she's like, what about this mess you've been doing? And Tormod objects completely and saying, we're not any thieves. What the fuck are you talking about? And then Sanaki's just trying to dig back in his history books and say, hey, my grandmother did this, so this shouldn't be happening, you know? In accordance with her law, there shouldn't be a single slave around here. And the Tormod's like, you lie! Though, I guess he could have also said, well, isn't that cute? But it's wrong! It's always wrong! So apparently the noble houses are the one that's breaking the law here, and using Laguz as servants or entertainment, or worse. Don't tell me you're just trying to, like, capture him to kill him. And of course the Senate is just a bunch of douchebags, which is true. And of course Ike's like, you know, I tried this once before, Tormod. I didn't get too far. But... And then Tsunaki, being her clever little self, is now starting to say, Ike, why did you do this? Ike, are you not planning to do something that will again piss me off in such a way? And Ike is like, you know, I've been thinking about things, and I think you're the one that's doing shit. And then Tsunaki's like, why do you think that? And then Ike's finally, I think, pieced all the stuff that he has done for the past 2 chapters together. Though, he basically just realized what he did. First chapter, he basically rescued these beasts-like Laguz. And the second thing is that he's been asking Ike for these fairly important tasks. And Ike now has come to the true point of what he's been doing. Basically, Tsunaki is trying to do some good in this messed up country. And the problem is that she's trying to do it without anybody knowing. And Tsunaki's like, you know, I thought you were an idiot, but you're actually quite a clever little guy. And Ike's like, you know, I had Zoran and Titania helping me out on this one, so they did the math, I'm just putting in words. And Tormod's like, what the fuck are you all talking about, and why the hell am I here now? So yes, Tormod has now getting the idea. And Ike, being the awesome translator that he is saying that, hey, the apostle's on your side. Are you serious? And then Tsunaki finally admits to it, with a smile on her face. But, here's the thing. It's up to Ike to solve this problem in such a successful way. And Ike's like, why don't you just give us the next job, since I already know we're already in over our heads here. And Oliver is apparently the target. Fuck yes, that means Ike can kick some fucking fat ass. And goddamn, Oliver deserves some sound thrashing, so maybe that he can get some sense in his head and some oxygen in his brain of his, because holy crap, that man is creepy. And Tsunaki's like, if you succeed in doing this, I'm going to give your princess all the support she can handle. So yes, Ike will finally be able to get what he wants, and maybe possibly just end this quest of his, but knowing Ike, I think he's going to try to take it a step further, so he can get to his lovely friend, the Black Knight. And we now have the Zoran report, and Marcia's the MVP, fuck yes. And we got Tormod, Marum, and Stefan. Wonderfully good additions. And, of course, nobody fell down and broke their leg and died, so that's good. Okay, Zoran, you can move on now. There we go, good job. And, of course, Zoran just reminds you that no one had any problems, and leaves. Alright, guys, now that we're done with the dialect of things, let's go to the preparation of things. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of exploring my units. Basically, we're going to start with Tormod. Here's the problem with Tormod. While he is a pretty good unit once you get him all leveled up, he's at level 7 and he's still a mage. That's a huge fucking problem, because this is like chapter 16, that's actually almost halfway through the game, if not, it is. So Tormod has a lot of catching up to do, and the problem is that you don't really have much room for making units catch up. So, at this point, usually Tormod is going to probably suffer from the bench. Though he does have a really nice ability to go along with him, because if you haven't noticed, his movement range is 7. 7 for a fucking mage is impressive. And that's because of his ability, line, which increases his movement by 2 spaces, so that's a pretty nice ability to have on hand. And of course, apparently he's on the top of the Battle Realms, and he also comes with 2 good fire tomes, since he is a all in all a fire mage with his nice C rank of fire magic, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with him, unfortunately. I mean, he's a cool guy, but it's just hard to kind of focus on him on hard mode, especially. And we got Marum here, and he's a pretty interesting guy. He basically is kind of like a faster Mordecai, and he also comes with the ever-so-useful Demi-Band. But as you can see, the Demi-Band has it's a double-edged sword in the sense that while it keeps him transformed for pretty much the whole time, it does take away from his stats. But yeah, as you can see, there's a big fucking difference in Mordecai and Marum's stats in terms of speed. He's much faster and definitely has that strength and some defense, but yeah, the Demi-Band definitely kind of hampers those stats a bit, as you can see. So, I would honestly suggest that Marum would be a good addition to your army if you don't have a really good Lagoos that you're trying to get pumped up. In fact, I might even try to start using him after either this chapter or the next, because being at level 9 is pretty damn good at this point, and he definitely has the stats to make up for it. Though Mordecai definitely will outdo him in the defensive department, but nevertheless, now that we got those two guys introduced, and y'all know Stefan by now, he's, but nevertheless, what I would suggest bringing with you in this next chapter is that I would suggest bringing in at least one of your knights and all your guys, or all of your far-moving units, especially the guys on horseback, because you're going to need some movement range here. And of course, what you want to also do is you want to cap off any levels that are getting close to or getting close to experience, or that next level up, like Marcia. She might need this. Okay, Marcia, let's see what you get. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's not bad. Fuck yeah. So Marcia got a pretty decent level up. Definitely not making me scream out Oscar in vain. And it looks like not anybody else is really needing anything here. Kind of upsetting, because I definitely wanted to see more level ups. Oh, maybe Reyes. Come on, give Reyes a level up. Oh, come on, me. Jeez, I couldn't even do that. Oh, well, maybe I just figured, hey, Reyes can probably level up pretty quickly in the next chapter. So, main advice here, bring a couple units that have horses. Bring a thief, of course. You need a thief. You need to either bring a Tormod, Rolf, or Zoran, or you could also bring Soth, but why the hell would you? No offense to those that are fans of him, but still don't like his ass. And also bring a knight and some other lance users, and also bring a couple axe users too. Because the next chapter has a lot of guys with swords and lances, so I think it only has about 2 guys with axes, so as long as you keep that in mind, you should do pretty well. And right now I'm going to start pawning off my stuff so that way that I can get some more money to buy weapons and whatnot. Because for one thing, God for fucking bid, I really need the funds at this point. Not to say that it's completely dire, but it definitely will help. Let's see, see how much this thing is going for. Better be a good amount. Ooh, nice, 10,000, fuck yes. That's definitely a good price. Alright, so, but the main part that you need to know about this chapter is you're going to just need to have some far-moving units. I'm going to put this stuff in the convoy so that way it's not in the way. And I think that's all that I can do for this part, maybe. I don't know if there's any skills I can give, and I guess I could maybe check and see if there's anybody that needs better weapons, or weapons that need to be replaced, because we did get a little worn out in that last chapter somewhat. I mean, all that slow-ass moving and having to kill big-ass cats with small-ass sticks and swords. And crap, no wind tome. Damn it! Looks like Zoran's gonna have to really, kind of spread out that wind magic, or at least maybe use that thunder tome. And, oh wow, really? What an option there. God, it's either take the one with 8 or take the one with 3, so I guess I'll keep the one that he has right now. Damn it, Zoran, why did you have to use so much magic last chapter? And of course we got Stefan. We're going to be using him a little bit more soon. Not so much in this next chapter, because what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to focus on getting everybody else up to speed, because this is not a bad chapter for slightly weak units, because there's a good number of units that don't have a lot of strength. But I think we're going to end this video here, guys, and then next time we're going to go into more, we're going to go into other things, like talking about the support and info conversations. And of course, there's the only skill that I have is still counter fog. Oh, thanks for, nevertheless, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and adios.